Ever feel like you're working hard, but still not making the progress you want? You put in the hours, you stay busy, yet you can't seem to get ahead. It's frustrating, right? And here's the kicker. Sometimes it's not about working harder, it's about working smarter. But what if I told you that some of the things you're doing every single day, things that feel completely normal, could actually be holding you back? You might not realize it, but these everyday habits could be silently draining your potential. In this video, we're going to talk about the habits that might seem harmless, but are actually signs of low intelligence. If you're ready to level up, stay with me until the end, because by the time this video is over, you'll know exactly what habits to ditch and how to replace them with things that actually move you forward. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of which habits might be quietly sabotaging your growth. And trust me, it's not about adding more to your plate. It's about eliminating the things that are stopping you from being your best self. I'll show you exactly how to break free from these habits and replace them with smarter, more intentional actions that will help you reach your full potential. So let's dive into these everyday habits, starting with the first one negative self-talk. Let's start with the most common, yet most overlooked habit, negative self-talk. We've all been there, right? You make a mistake and immediately think, I'm not good enough, or I'll never be able to do this. Why it holds you back? Negative self-talk isn't just a passing thought. It's a belief you're feeding. The more you tell yourself that you can't do something, the more you begin to believe it. And once you believe it, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You start to hold yourself back, stop trying new things, and make excuses instead of taking action. A personal example. I used to struggle with this a lot. Every time I faced failure, I'd immediately think, well, I guess I'm just not cut out for this. But the moment I started replacing those thoughts with empowering questions like, what can I learn from this? My entire approach changed. I went from being stuck in a loop of self-doubt to actively learning and growing. The solution, instead of telling yourself, I'm not good enough, try replacing it with, what can I learn from this? Every time you catch yourself thinking negatively, pause and reframe. It's a small shift, but it has a huge impact on how you see yourself and your potential. 2. Reacting instead of reflecting. Next up, reacting instead of reflecting. It's easy to react when things don't go our way. Whether it's in a heated conversation or when you get bad news, you feel the urge to snap back, to argue, or to act impulsively. Why it holds you back? Reacting rather than reflecting means you're driven by emotion instead of logic. You're stuck in autopilot mode, making decisions without thinking them through. And that's not a smart way to live your life, especially if you want to improve and grow. A personal example. I used to be so quick to react. Someone would criticize me, and I'd immediately get defensive, wanting to win the argument. But then I realized, all that did was waste my energy and keep me from learning. Once I started pausing for just 3 seconds before responding, my mindset completely shifted. The solution: start practicing reflection before reacting. When something happens that triggers you, take a deep breath and give yourself a moment to think. This small act of pausing allows your brain to process the situation logically and respond in a way that moves you forward, rather than staying stuck in emotional reaction. 3. The need for constant stimulation. In today's world, it's hard to escape constant stimulation. You're always scrolling through social media, watching YouTube videos, or listening to music. It feels harmless, right? But it's actually one of the biggest killers of deep thinking. Why it holds you back? Constant stimulation prevents you from being able to sit with your thoughts. When your brain is always occupied, it has no time to process, reflect, or generate new ideas. As a result, you stop being creative and lose your ability to think deeply. A personal example. I used to check my phone every few minutes, but when I started allowing myself to just sit in silence for 5 minutes, I felt this incredible shift in how clear my thoughts became. It was uncomfortable at first, but now I see that quiet time is where some of my best ideas come from. The solution: challenge yourself to spend 5 to 10 minutes a day in silence. No phone, no music, no distractions, just you and your thoughts. This gives your mind the space to think, process, and grow. It's a small habit, but it pays off in huge ways. For the need to always be right, let's talk about the need to always be right. When someone challenges your opinion, do you immediately feel the urge to defend yourself? Do you take it personally when someone disagrees with you? Why it holds you back? The desire to always be right is rooted in ego. It makes you more focused on winning the argument than on learning something new. And when you're so focused on being right, you shut yourself off from new perspectives and opportunities to grow. A personal example. I used to get really defensive when someone disagreed with me. It felt like an attack on my intelligence. But over time, I realized that being wrong isn't a failure. It's actually a shortcut to growth. Once I embraced being wrong, I started to learn a lot faster. The solution: let go of the need to be right all the time. When someone challenges your opinion, instead of reacting defensively, try saying, "That's an interesting point. Tell me more." Embrace being wrong as an opportunity to grow and learn. How often do you tell yourself, "I'll do it tomorrow," only for tomorrow to never come? Procrastination is one of the biggest killers of productivity and progress. Why it holds you back? Procrastination is a form of avoidance. You avoid the task because it feels overwhelming or uncomfortable. But the longer you avoid it, the more stress and pressure you create for yourself. A personal example. I used to procrastinate all the time, telling myself I'd get to it later. But once I started breaking tasks into small, manageable steps, I found it much easier to take action and get things done. Instead of focusing on the entire project, I focused on the next step. The solution: break tasks down into smaller steps. Start with just one small thing. Taking that first step will create momentum and make the rest of the task easier to tackle. Changing habits is hard, and it's okay if you don't get it right all at once. You'll slip up, and that's perfectly normal. What matters is that you keep going. Don't beat yourself up over setbacks. Every step forward is progress, no matter how small. Let's quickly recap what we talked about. Eliminate negative self-talk. Replace self-doubt with empowering thoughts. Pause before reacting. Give yourself time to reflect instead of just reacting emotionally. Make space for silence. Stop relying on constant stimulation. Let your mind rest. Let go of the need to be right. Embrace being wrong as a chance to grow. Stop procrastinating. Break tasks into smaller steps and take action. By eliminating these habits, you'll open up the space for growth, clarity, and intelligence to flourish in your life. Now, I want to hear from you. What habit are you going to start eliminating today? Drop a comment below and let me know. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on how to level up your life. Remember, progress isn't about doing more. It's about doing less, but doing it with purpose. Start today. You've got this.